What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And yes, everyone got jitter today. I think we all had stop losses, especially if you were involved in the mid-cap space. And if you were one of them who had some stop losses, I think we're all part of the same problem. We did witness some profit booking, and a lot of people were kind of trapped who just took recent positions. Thankfully, we had a lot of profit cushion because of the rally that we kind of captured in the last week, the last month. So this was like a very, very small hit to the P&L. But towards the end of the day, we got a massive move in Asian Paints, and that kind of summed up the game for us. And I think paint stocks, everyone like Sirca Paints, Indigo Paints, Kansai Nerolac, Asian Paints, and I think even Grasim and a bunch of other paint stocks, they started spiking up because of Asian Paints increasing tariffs across the board. So that was basically the catalyst. Now, before I get started with the stocks that I'm going to be looking to watch out for and what's my view about the markets, do hit on the subscribe button and hit the like button if you appreciate the video and the content. Now, let's just first get started with Nifty and Bank Nifty, both the mainstream broader market indices. Now, if you see Nifty started its set of weakness because it took out the range of the last 7 days. The entire 1 week range was kind of taken out today. And today, right now, we've seen what Nifty has done with respect to its price action. So if you look at this entire range compression, I think there is going to be a range expansion that's very likely to come at least until this area of demand. And I think that's what's going to sum up where Nifty could start bouncing up from. So Nifty is not in the best space. IT has done its move. Banks have done their move. Banks, I think there is one leg of a rally in banks which is still kind of left. But I think autos have done their thing. IT is done. PSUs have moved. Apart from that, even Pharma has moved to a certain extent. Even today, Pharma was very strong along with FMCG. So I think there is no Nifty heavyweight which is kind of going to take it higher. So I think I'm really not very bullish on Nifty. I think I'm rather bearish on Nifty. Same thing applies to Bank Nifty, but there are some constituents of Bank Nifty, including Axis Bank. And I think I would not really use the word including, but I would actually say only Axis Bank is one such stock in the entire Bank Nifty, which looks quite promising. And I have already taken a position in that today, a long position, and that's a disclaimer, and I will talk about that. So Nifty, Bank Nifty, I think pretty weak. If I talk about mid-cap Nifty, very, very interesting. I think this also had a big wick today, but it did recover towards the end of the day, which is kind of a positive thing. But all in all, I think now we are in a very cluttered space. I think this is not the best location to initiate aggressive trades. And I think my focus is now going back to futures and options, especially the stocks in the future segment, because I think that's where I think a lot of plays would kind of emerge. So let's get started with the list, and the first one on the list is Kaplan Point, and this is another pharma name. I've already told you, Cipla, Lupin, Dr. Reddy's, Divi's Lab, a lot of them were strong. And if you look at Syngene, that also did really well today. So pharma, and I think in the last couple of videos, I have been bullish on pharma and textiles, and I continue with their bias. I think a lot of action will come in FMCG, pharma, textiles, and maybe a bunch of banks here and there. So let's start analyzing them. The first one on the list is Capping Point, very good base, creating very good volume pops. And I think now this base is ready to explode. So this is very, very interesting one. Next up, we've got an FMCG play in Hudson Agro. I think this is a dairy play, and this has been moving really nicely. Very nice base, very nice contraction, has had very big volume pops. Earnings expansion is going on in the entire dairy space. I think this is very interesting. High-tech pipes from the steel and the metal space. I think this is also another base which is going to be really interesting to watch out for. We've also got Vardhaman Holdings from the finance space. Very nice tight consolidation. This is a little extended. This has liquidity problems. So I don't think this is going to be the best one to trade. Radiant Cash Management Services, another financial play. Very low volume. So I wouldn't really recommend you to trade this. But from a structural perspective, this looks really good. Banaras Beats from the consumer durables in the FMCG space. Another one which looks very promising. Very nice tight setup. EMA is moving towards the upside, narrow range contraction, and we've seen accumulation going on for the last couple of sessions. I think this one is also interesting. Vanbury is another pharma name which I really, really like. This is a small cap name, but I think the base is so promising that I think this can give very, very big returns. This is a circuit stock, so do your own due diligence before taking any position, but I think the stock is ready. Raw welding, this one was where our stock was triggered, but the stock kind of emerged back up. This is also interesting. I'll just remove the long position over here. I think this has shaken out a lot of people out of the trade, and I think this could probably start emerging from tomorrow. Let's see on how this will play out. 5-star Bus Finance, I think this is one stock that we at Stockwiz have been tracking for a long time. I think the base is ready, stock is set. I think there could be a move in this one. E-Mudra shaking out the lows. I think now it's ready for another leg of the up move. So I think this is going to be interesting. Sona Comstar from the auto OEM space looks very good, very nice base, very promising one. I think this one would also be very interesting to watch out for. FMCG name, Procter & Gamble are making a very nice base. A very simple cut copy paste setup exists in Godrej Consumer Products. Another one from the F&O space, which is going to be on my radar. Dabur, another FMCG name near its all-time high. Axis Bank, as I said, one of the banks which is very, very strong. And I think there is a potential for this to move higher. A disclaimer, I already have a long position in this one, so do your own due diligence before taking any positions. Another FMCG name, which is Godrej Consumer Products, making a very nice base, about to break out. Marico is another one, which is very, very strong. It's not really making a base right now, but I think with a gap up of earnings, post its gap up, which came after good business updates, I think Marico is set to move and continue, going higher. Apart from that, we've got PTM coming out of the base, and I think it's contracting right now. So I think this is also ready for a big move. Jubilant Food, another one from the FMCG space, looks fantastic. Very nice type base. I think one of the favorites from the list. NTPC. Today we've got some moves in PFC and REC, which were one-offs because other PSUs kind of took a hit. But I think NTPC looks very good. Ratnamani from the metal space looks very, very nice. Moving average is moving higher. Stock about to, touch its all-time high. Dalmia Bharat from the manufacturing space, after a shakeout, looks decent. Phase 3 from the textile space, up 6% today. We've been talking about this stock, but this stock did shake out a lot of people in the starting. Magad Sugar, very, very nice base, I think about to break out. So this is also going to be very interesting to watch out for. Artemis, Medicare, another one from the pharma space, looks really good. The base is nice, so do keep this on your radar. ICIL from the textile space is probably reacting and probably going to be reacting from this order block. So keep in mind if this one starts moving. Sport King, another one from the textile space, and you can see the repetitiveness of textile and pharma names coming up. Very, very nice tight base, breaking out of this range. This is very nice. Indomines on the specialty chemical space reacting from the order block. I think there's going to be some action in this one as well. Navkar Corporation from the transportation space, a very, very nice tight little base created. This one also looks good. TV today, very fine base, could break out tomorrow. I think I would want to participate. Sirca Paints, as I said, paint stocks were all buzzing today after Asian Paints did a price hike. And I think Sirca Paints is also ready. Now, post its IPO, I think 2 years or 3 years back, I think it did an IPO, in 2018. The stock has been moving higher, and now it has created like a stage 1 or a reaccumulation base. I think that's really, really nice and promising. Intrastar Technology, the small cap name in the internet retail trade, I think very nice base setting up. Shipping Corporation of India, another name which has created a wonderful base. I think this one should be like a big outperformer. Gofic Bio, another pharma name. I think this one is also ready. Very nice tight range action. If it starts moving beyond this 370 area, I think I'm going to be really, really interested. Now, I mean 360, 370, 368 kind of an area. I think I'm going to be really, really interested. Next up, we've got GSPL, Gujarat State Petronet, and I think this one is also post a very big gap down after a miss in margins and the reduction in prices. And I think the change in policy in Delhi. I think this one is also setting up really nicely for a move. Last but not the least, we've got India Cements, which is coming out of a very large, long, wide base. Now, we've seen the cement space in action after Ultratech was trying to acquire Orient. We've seen ACC, we've seen Ambuja, we've seen a lot of cement names gaining traction. So I think this is another one on my radar. So these are all the stocks that I'm going to be watching out for. Now, I was talking about the Asian Paints trade today, so I'm just going to show that to you. I think that was a crazy one. So this is where we identified Asian Paints right over here. This is where we identified Asian Paints. The daily was looking really good. It was, contracting, basing really nicely. And then the upcoming Stockwiz app it kind of showed us two catalysts. One was an upgrade from GM Financial Services, and the other one with the app told us that Asian Paints shares are trading higher after CNBC TV 18 reported the company hikes prices by 0.7% to 1% across portfolio, and therefore we were able to capture this big squeeze in Asian Paints. Although Indigo Paints was a much bigger mover, it was up 10%, but we were able to capture this. So I think all in all, there are still a lot of opportunities. It is a trap for sellers, I think. Anyone who participated to sell the markets today towards the end got liquidated. And I think a lot of buyers were also trapped because they got liquidated in the morning. So I think right now, both the weak hands are out of the market. And I think from tomorrow, we will still see bulls roaring again. But as I say, this is a stock-specific market. I think if you continue to focus on good themes, good stocks, and sectoral thematic action, I think you'll be good. So that's it from my side. I hope you liked this entire watch list and the game plan for tomorrow. And if you did, drop a like, drop a comment, and do subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. All the best and good night.